The court will call 24 CF 1048, State of Wisconsin versus Taylor Schabusiness appearances.
The state appears by Assistant District Attorney Tessa Button.
Your Honor, Attorney Christopher T. Freilich appears today with the defendant Taylor D. Schabusiness.
All right, this matter is set for a sentencing hearing today. Previously, Ms. Schabusiness had entered a plea to an amended count of disorderly conduct. We then set it for a sentencing hearing today. Is the state prepared to proceed to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Button, are we in compliance with victims' rights?
We are.
All right. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do intend to play the video if you give me just one moment here.
Sure.
Make sure the sound's working.
You're in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. Oh, you're not?
What is that in your ears? What is
Painful.
I'm telling you, I will give this woman credit. She is very creative. Very creative, for sure.
Painful.
Stop now! Stop resisting! Stop! Stop resisting! No! Yes! Now! Spray her! Spray her! Spray! Let's see deployed! North room! Between RHO! Stop! Stop resisting! Get out of the way.
And I'm going to give the jump drive to the clerk so that can be part of the record. And I apologize, I did stop this at 2:35 and I started it at approximately, it was about 2:33 or so.
All right.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's somebody else for a different case. You guys closer. Like that much more. Thank you. No, that's just the split for somebody else. That's nothing with our case. As far as argument, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was that, Judge?
Your argument?
Thank you. Obviously, when we look at these kinds of cases as it relates to violence within prisons and jails, they are serious, whether it be violence toward other inmates or correctional staff. Other staff deserve to be able to go to work without being injured and without being scared of being injured. And I know the victim in this matter wanted me to inform the court that as a result of this, she was not able to return to work due to some injuries that were obtained as a result of the incident with Ms. Schabusiness, and that due to the long-term effects, it would have been able to affect her being able to do her job as a corrections officer. And so she wanted me to share that with the court, that as a result, she was not able to return to work. And so it is serious when we look at that. Obviously, with Ms. Schabusiness's background as it relates to the fact that she is in prison for life due to a first-degree intentional homicide conviction out of Brown County from 2023, as well as a mutilation of a corpse and third-degree sexual assault. Any sentence she receives here, essentially, she's already in prison for life, so it's not as though it would add essentially additional time. However, it does need to send a message that whether you're in prison for life, whether you're not in prison for life, that violence against staff members in prison, violence against other inmates will not be tolerated. And so I would ask the court to impose a 90-day jail sentence, that's the max. whether it's consecutive or concurrent, obviously she's in prison for life, but when we look at the seriousness of this, I think it's important to send that message. And so other convictions include felony fleeing, resisting, obstructing from 2020, and a 2020 conviction for battery or threat to a law enforcement officer. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Freilich.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Taylor Schabusiness, I believe, is 28 years old. She was born in Evanston, Illinois, moved with family to Green Bay, Wisconsin in 2008. I believe in 2021, she lived with her grandparents and then came back to Wisconsin in January of 2022. I think Taylor Schabusiness is of average intelligence. I think she's got adequate written and verbal skills. I think she can think and act on her own. She did attend Bayport High School from September of 2012 to December of 2014 in Green Bay. Then she went to live with her grandparents and went to high school at Cotulla High School in Texas from January of 2015 to June of 2016, and she graduated. She excelled in science. She liked economics. She liked physical education, social studies. She's had different jobs in the past, notably Saputo Cheese from 2017 to 2020. I know that she told me that she was certified as a forklift driver, and she worked in the sanitation department for some different companies. Obviously, at this time, she's serving out a life sentence at Taycheedah Correctional Institution. Now that she's off of drugs, I think that she's able to think a lot more clearly. I think she's sober, and I think she's able to maybe possibly participate in some programming. I think she's a dual diagnosis person, Your Honor. I think she's got some severe mental health issues, and she's got some severe AODA issues or drug addiction issues, and she could benefit from some treatment. I believe that she's been in custody since February 22nd of 2022. She's had a lot of time here to be sober, be drug-free, be free from the grips of meth. I know that she's got a lot of family in Texas and Ohio that care about her. And I think my client does want to become a better person. Certainly, whatever happened here at the correctional facility was difficult, was inappropriate on her part, but July 24th, 2024, she asked for access to care because of a staple in her arm. I don't know how that happened, how that got there. And then a nurse came in, and she was told that she had to get up on the table in the medical room. And then at some point, the tray was grabbed. My client was then pushed to the floor. She told me that she had OC spray in her face. But regardless of what happened here, I think my client realizes that she could have avoided this, and she should have handled things a lot more differently. But this lady she's been through a lot in her life. I know that she struggles with the loss of her mom, Marla, who passed away in 2009. And she had a brother, Arturo J. Coronado, AJ. He died in a motorcycle accident, I think in July of 2022. So, and I looked at all kinds of other records from the prior case and from this case. I think my client does have some depression issues, some other mental health issues that, she needs a professional to help her work through. I think she needs some treatment. I think she's got maybe some PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't think she's a throwaway. I think she's someone who needs some attention. And I know that I think counseling can help her overcome some of the maybe anger issues and other issues that she has going on in her life. But I think she did get scared. I think she was afraid when the nurse started to take that staple out of her arm. And I think my client knows that she should not have done what she did. But, when a staple or stitches or anything is removed from your arm, it could cause pain, and it may have been a reaction to pain, not really sure. But the resolution here has been a disorderly conduct, misdemeanor offense, I'd ask for you to consider 10 days jail concurrent to any other sentence and pay court costs. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to address the court. It's called your right of allocution. Is there anything you want to tell the court before you pronounce sentence?
Well, I ain't no and I didn't mean to go off on that like that at all. And I'm sorry for that, how it came off like that. It didn't mean to happen that way, and it shouldn't have. And I should get 10 days at least on the bracelet or something like that.
All right. The court is supposed to consider three things at sentencing: the seriousness of the offense, the need to protect the public, and your character, what kind of treatment needs that you may have. As far as the seriousness of the offense goes, it's a assaultive behavior in a confined setting, in a prison setting. It's serious for that. It was amended down to disorderly conduct. I think that amendment probably adequately addresses the facts of the case and takes into consideration your agreement to enter a plea to that count. But again, it's serious because the incident happens in what should be a secure setting. Not only is it a place that people are being housed, taken from society, but there's COs that work there, there's medical staff that works there, there's social workers that work there, and they should be protected as well. The need to protect the public, Ms. Schabusiness, due to your current situation, the public at whole maybe doesn't need to be protected from you. But as I said, the other inmates and the workers at Taycheedah, they should be protected from you. And so this kind of behavior is inappropriate, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous to yourself as well. You could have been hurt, seriously injured, or anybody else that's involved in the situation. I do note you're here to take responsibility for your actions. I give you credit for that. I think that goes to your character. I also think that your willingness to accept responsibility played a part in the state's amendment from a felony to a misdemeanor. And so I think that's addressed in that regard. Given all that, given the maximum penalty you face potentially is 90 days in jail or $1,000 fine, the court does find a maximum sentence is probably appropriate. The court will sentence you to 90 days in the Fond du Lac County Jail. That'll be consecutive to any other sentence. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to appeal my decision. You can go over that with your attorney. I would just ask you to sign that paperwork and file it with the court before you leave. I don't believe that she would have any credit. Is that correct, Mr. Freilich?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Given she's serving a sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Freilich, anything?
No, nothing further.
Ms. Schabusiness, do you understand your sentence? Do you have any questions about it?
I'll do the 90 days.
Okay. I would just ask you, Mr. Freilich, if you'll go over the appeal paper with her and file it with the court before you leave, okay?
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.